And so it begins. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Thursday. Mao has wanted to make homemade gyoza for a while. This is something that she's talked about, and today it's happening. So what are the steps necessary to do such a thing? What are the ingredients that you need?
You basically need to make the filling, and then you put it in the gyoza wrappers, and then you either cook it or freeze it.
And what is going inside the filling?
Napa cabbage, ground pork, green onions. The recipe I'm using called for mushrooms, but
no.
Anything other than like Bella's are so expensive in the US that I decided against it. This recipe makes like 50 something.
50?
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, that's exciting. Gyoza are delicious, and Lord knows I can eat plenty of them. Neat. Okay, cool. Well, this is going to be a very exciting day for me. So minced green onion, and you're doing garlic and ginger.
Yeah.
Man, it doesn't take a lot of pork.
No. And I think I have too much cabbage. And I mean, I could theoretically double this, but I only have half the wrappers thawed. I don't have all the wrappers thawed.
Also, if you doubled it, we would wind up with 100 gyoza.
Yeah, and that's a lot to do right now, so maybe I'll do that tomorrow.
That's fine. We can just save some of the cabbage. But that's all the meat it takes to make 50 gyoza?
Yeah, because it's also cabbage. I might just use half this, because if I'm doubling it tomorrow, that makes more sense to me.
Also, and this just might, I don't know if this is like the American in me talking, but like we can have more meat. There can be more meat in the gyoza, that's fine. So the pork has been combined with the onion, ginger, garlic mix, and now Mao is getting ready to add some pepper. So fresh ground pepper goes into it. And anyone that is curious about this recipe, we'll put it in the description if you want to follow along more closely. We don't even know how this is going to turn out. This is the first time Mao's ever made gyoza. Big shrug, but hopefully it'll be good. And if not, well, we'll learn from it and try to make some more in the future.
I'm cutting sesame oil. I'm not a big fan of it.
Okay.
I think it's a very strong flavor.
Cool. So what else goes in that, if anything?
Just the cabbage.
Just the cabbage? And then
Sake is optional, and they're like, it removes the gaminess of the pork. But I don't feel like pork is all that gamey.
No. I'm like, the gaminess of pork? What? Anyway, okay, so that'll be it. That'll be everything, and then it starts going into the wrappers. Mm-hmm. That's exciting. You're squeezing some of the water out of the cabbage?
There's a little bit in there.
Not a whole lot.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna make a guess.
Sure.
And go with it.
I think that's fair. I mean, you've already adjusted things a little bit because we've added more meat.
And there's no mushrooms.
And there are no mushrooms, so we're making some adjustments already. So follow your heart on the cabbage.
I like cabbage.
I mean, I like cabbage. I don't like cabbage as much as I like pork, or even as much as I like green onions, but cabbage is fine. That's really not bad for your first one. Have you ever done that before?
No.
Well, then,
I wasn't really wanting you to film my first one because I had never done it before.
Oh, well.
I think I made the cabbage too big. I think I should have made the cabbage smaller.
You've made other things that are dumplings.
Like what, pierogies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just haven't made gyoza specifically.
No.
But it's a fairly similar concept. It seems like every culture has their version of dumpling.
2.
I've cooked gyoza before, not homemade like this, but the way that I typically have done it is pan fry it and then steam it and then pan fry it a little bit more at the end, and that's what I did here. They look pretty good. One broke open, but these look delicious. I don't know how they taste, but I guess we'll find out soon. Mao mixed up some gyoza sauce, which is equal parts rice vinegar and soy.
You can make it fancier, but that's...
Yeah, there's many ways to make many things, but That's the easiest way to do it. Didn't mention we're also having salmon. They're probably hot.
I was too excited.
Yeah, well, be careful. Yeah, we also made some salmon. I assume the salmon is good. We make salmon pretty often. Yeah. Salmon's great because you don't have to do anything. You cook salmon and you put like salt and pepper on it and like, that's it. That's all you have to do. You can just put it in the oven for like, I don't know, 12 to 14 minutes, 425, salt and pepper. That's all you need. So these are like super hot, right?
Very hot.
I'll cut mine open. I cut one in half. I'm sure it's still very hot, but I wish I would have pan fried it just a little bit longer before I steamed it, because I wish it was just there was a little more crisp on it.
Ah, yeah.
But outside of that, the one thing that is different about this that I noticed from that first bite was that there's a lot more crunch inside of the gyoza than I normally find in gyoza.
Ah.
Because like
The cabbage was a bit...
there's more...
I could have finely chopped it.
It's not a problem. It's just different. I'm not used to that because normally it's pretty squishy inside, and this was actually not. This is pretty crunchy. It is good. It does taste different than...
Frozen ones?
Yeah, well, even from like a restaurant, it tastes a little different, and I can't place exactly why. I'm not sure. Maybe it's more vegetables. Maybe it's that the seasoning is just different or something. But like, does it taste like gyoza? Yes. Does it taste like good gyoza? Yes. Is it better than frozen? Yes.
I like this sauce. I feel like sometimes when you get a sauce with the frozen kind, or even in a restaurant, it's missing that vinegar kick that I really like.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So, that for sure.
Overall, for your first try with these, I think you did really well.
Thank you.
We should make them again, especially because it doesn't take much and they make so many. We could be eating gyoza all the time. That's amazing. I love that. Do you know how much the ingredients were to make 50 or 60?
I would say very cheap. If you go with plain, normal, like round cabbage and not Napa.
Yeah. And having
I don't feel like Napa was necessary.
Yeah, having had
personally.
it now, like, does it even seem like it was worthwhile?
I don't know how much ground pork is, because I went to H Mart today, because I wanted to get the Napa and everything and try it that
So
way.
you probably paid a bit of a premium for the pork at H Mart.
Agreed, yeah.
Yeah. So this could definitely be done a little cheaper.
Yeah. And, like, you can do whatever you want. Like, you could do chicken and...
Yeah.
We went to a place once in LA that was basically only gyoza. It's on the vlog.
Yeah.
And they had cilantro. And so you could like throw cilantro in there and chicken, or you could do ground beef if you wanted.
There's no wrong way to make
Yeah.
a dumpling. I firmly believe that. These are good. I don't really know anything for you specifically to improve on, but next time I'm going to pan fry them longer.
Yeah,
Because I really like them, like, quite crispy. So the best thing about the gyoza I was gonna show the other tray in the freezer and say, "There's more." Mal moved them. Oh, you moved the gyoza.
Oh, yeah, I put them in a Ziploc and put them in the inside freezer.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They were frozen.
I was like, I said the best thing about the gyoza is that there's more, but then I opened the freezer and they're not there.
Bottom drawer.
Okay, yeah, well, anyway. There's more. Once they're frozen on the tray, then they can be stored in a bag because they're not going to stick to each other. So we can make more real soon. Imagine my surprise. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Recipes in the description. Let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?